After taking down the Atlanta Falcons in week 1, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and the upstart Philadelphia Eagles looked to be the surprise team in 2021. Then they fell in week 2 to the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, no big deal. Then on Monday Night Football, they get pummeled by the Dallas Cowboys 41-21. Joining me now from Locked On Eagles, Louie DiBiase. And Louie, what do you make of this team through 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, Peter, I feel like there are losses that you could feel good about in a rebuilding season like the 2021 season. I feel like there are moral victories and losses. The players will never admit that, but I think that is the case. And I felt like that was the case against San Francisco last week. That was not this loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. The blowout made you feel pretty bad about everything about this roster on both sides of the football and the coaching staff. This team was not ready. They got banged up. Penalties, undisciplined. I think the most disappointing thing, though, was Jalen Hurts in a game where he was finally tested. He was going up against a star quarterback and a star offense that was moving the ball with ease against your defense. You could not elevate your team and could not step up and be the quarterback one that's supposed to be a franchise quarterback, or at least is fighting for that right to be the guy long term. Hurts pretty much everything you were concerned about heading into this season. A lot of those weaknesses were the issue again tonight. So he honestly, not that he's a bad quarterback, but he looks like he's already hitting a ceiling. And it's too premature to say, but at the same time, a lot of the same weaknesses from last year are ailing him again, and he looks like the same player.
On the other side of it, this is an offense being run by Nick Sirianni, who is a first-time head coach. We know they've poured resources into the skill positions, but the receivers are still wholly untested, really. And the offensive line is a work in progress, though they've built it back up after losing some key veterans. So how much of an accurate read do you think we can really get on what Hurts is, given the structure of this offense right now?
Yeah, it's brutal, and another offensive lineman went down today. Isaac Seumalo, their starting left guard, carted off the field in the second half. So now you're down your starting left guard, your starting right guard in Brandon Brooks, and your starting left tackle in Jordan Mailata. This was the issue last year. A lot of Carson Wentz's downfall was on him, but at the same time, he had to deal with 14 different offensive line combinations. If you can't protect your quarterback, your receivers aren't going to be able to get open. He's not going to be able to feel comfortable throughout the season. It's definitely a problem, especially for a young quarterback that's trying to develop within the pocket. That's his weak area. Not having an offensive line, having a beat-up offensive line is not going to help in that area. So, Peter, it's a mixed bag. It's some of it, a lot of it is on Jalen Hurts, but yeah, your quarterback is also a product of his environment that surrounds him, and the wide receivers have not been good enough either. You invested a first-round pick in Devontae Smith this year. He hasn't been good enough. You invested a first-round pick in Jalen Reagor last year. He hasn't been good enough. It's just, again, that blowout loss that makes you feel bad about pretty much every asset, or I should say aspect, of this team.